This isn't the Kaohsiung Boat Show. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna go to YouTube on the web, and hey, all right, buddy. Let me do this. You go to YouTube on the web. Check it out. Yeah, I lost more weight. Looks better on camera. My channel says live now. That's good. That's great. Support the stream. I can't stand this when it says support the stream. Yeah, edit video. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Events. I'm going to edit this. There you go. Save changes. We'll go to live streaming. How you doing, John? Nice to see you, man. Sorry, I was preoccupied looking at the. Yes, it is live. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Nice to see you guys, both you guys. Yes, this is live, and I want to look at the. Okay, I got this. I got it. There you go. My trip to Florida was good, actually. I got quite a few high-tech, like Star Trek level medical tests made. It cost a lot of money, you know, but I'm going to give everybody a complete medical update at some point in the near future. But I got to tell you, there's not like a whole lot of really bad things wrong with me. There's just a couple things. And yeah, I'm doing well. My heart CoQ10 level was really good. The doctor was good about that. Said that my blood sugar was good. And I have a problem with homocysteines, which is an amino acid that will cause the heart to be inflamed. So I started taking a homocysteine controller. And I have too much estrogen in my system, which is very common today among men because of the environment. It mostly comes from plastics, and you know, living in Asia, everything's plastic cups, plastic bags, everything. And so I got a supplement to control that too, to bring that down to normal levels. And then I got just an overall supplement of turmeric. It's a high potency, high absorbency turmeric that will bring down just general levels of inflammation. And so that's what I'm doing. And it's working good. Drinking Lefroy tonight, the Lefroy quarter cask. And let me write this here. So let me see, that's I think I spelled this right. Hey, how are you, Shirley? How you doing? I think I spelled Lefroy right. I think I spelled that right anyway. Lefroy is a very well-respected Scotch, and they're known for having a lot of smoke. And I'll give you guys a review right now. This is the quarter cask. Quarter cask means that they actually cut the staves out of the barrel and they make it a lot smaller. It used to be in the days where they would... No, she just changed her name. Yeah. Yeah, it has been a while, hasn't it? Yep. We're upstairs here in the music studio. Anyway, the quarter cask is smaller. What happens is you end up with 30% more surface area inside the cask, so you can do a non-age statement whiskey, and without having to mature it a really, really long time. The maturation actually works pretty nicely for a shorter time. Yes, it does have a smoky taste to it, but the quarter cask, is not as smoky as the regular, the 10-year. But yeah, I am slimmer, I am. And you can see in my face. You can see my face. Of course, I'm looking at the web, and it looks all, looks washed out, but on my phone it looks okay. Hey, Rob. How you doing? How's it going? Now, I think everybody so far is A moderator. Yes. Everybody's a moderator. Good. Excellent. Because I need you guys, to help me. Anyway, the thing about the Laphroaig is, and Mark is exactly right. It does have a smoky flavor to it, a smoky aroma. But in this case, it's not a phenolic smell or a medicinal smell. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's one called, I'm not sure to pronounce it. I think it's Askeg or Askeg. And that particular one is like a medicine smell. It was hard for me to drink. It smelled like medicine. This smells more like a cooking smoke or even a bonfire, which usually to me is a pleasant smell, like a campfire. But what happens, interestingly, with this particular quarter cask Laphroaig, let me tell you, once and I've got a nosing glass, you can see that it's, it's like a tulip. I should do an alcohol review. I'm going to do a little one here, just to give you an idea about this one. I have some friends come over tomorrow night that are going to taste this. But once your nose gets accustomed to the smoke, once you've nosed it 4 or 5 times, then you start getting the aromas that are behind the smoke, the more complex aromas. Now, I can tell right now, there's a lot of sweetness in this, and it's almost, I'm going to say citrus, but I also smell a little bit of green apple. Now right now, I'm just nosing this, and I don't smell any smoke at all. If I put it down, or if I come back tomorrow, I'm going to smell the smoke. But because I have been, smelling it for the last couple of minutes, I don't smell the smoke anymore. There's definitely a sweetness. Now, this is 47%. So the alcohol really pushes the flavor, and if it's your first whiskey of the day, it's going to be pretty strong in your tongue. But let's try it. Thank you. I did put Phoenix Drawing up there. So, oh man, this is mouth-watering. When the whiskey is in your mouth, all of a sudden there's a rush of saliva that comes in because the flavor is so good. There's oakiness to it because of the oak barrels. They use, Laphroaig uses former bourbon cask. Now, bourbon's not my favorite kind of whiskey, but in this particular case, it really matches well with whatever they're doing on the distillery side. And then I get a strong oakiness, and it's pushed by that 47% alcohol, let me tell you. But then behind it, it's really sweet, and the finish is long. And the smoke is, like I said, it's not phenolic, and it's not medicinal. It's there, but it's down compared to the other. Ardbeg is another one. If you're not used to smoke, Ardbeg and the original Laphroaig can overwhelm you. It's not like a Lagavulin 16. The Lagavulin 16 and even the 8 has a nice balance of smoke. This is more like a Lagavulin, but it has the Laphroaig flavor. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you're into whiskey and you're familiar with Laphroaig and you're familiar with Lagavulin, and it's like a Lagavulin amount of smoke, which is nice, but not overpowering. But it definitely has the Laphroaig signature flavor. It's really nice. The problem is, it's so easy to drink, you could end up drinking too much. And so the bottle's downstairs in my liquor cabinet. I'm upstairs, and this is all I got. That's all I'm going to drink. I got something over here I'll show you. I haven't looked at it for a while. Hang on. Oh yeah, this is nice. I haven't looked at this for quite a while. Give me a second here. Wow. Yeah. Wait till you see this. Holy cow. This is so big, I don't think I can show it to you. Are you ready for this? Oh, I'm dropping stuff on the floor. so big, I'm dropping stuff on the floor. Look at this thing. Look at this. It's Taiwan Live. It's a huge poster that I had printed. I had 2 of them made. That's why I had to separate them. It took me a second to separate them. So I want to put that on the wall. And, oh yeah. What I really want to do is I really want to laminate this. If I laminate it, then it'll look better. So need someone to decorate the wall. What I should do with the wall is I should do it in the chroma key green. I've got a second one over here. I don't want to bend it. So maybe when we do some next like blogger meetup or something, I can put one of these in the background. That's what I might be able to do that on the wall. That's what that is. Big Taiwan Live poster. And they look, I think they look great. My friend Ed did those for me. Okay, I'm going to put them back in the box to protect them. That's what we want. All right, I just wanted to show you that. Sorry about that. They were so huge. Sorry about that. Okay, good. Make the studio more appropriate for my streaming. Well, a lot of people think it's appropriate because it's got all this junk in it. You know, there's the guitars over here and keyboard and stuff. But you know, I'm not using the mic because I'm not streaming with Streamlabs. I'm streaming with my phone on a tripod and it's plugged in. Now, what I did the other day was I just tested out. I have the I got some kind of notification. Sorry. I have the Xeon Tech Smooth 3, the Smooth 3 gimbal, and it has a little port on it. It's a USB micro, and that port is a power port. And I figured out the hardware for it the other day to put my phone in the gimbal and to charge my phone from the gimbal. So when the phone is charged, when the gimbal is completely charged, it will run for 14 hours, but it will also charge the phone. Now, the gimbal won't run for 14 hours while it's charging the phone, but it should stand up for several hours worth of live streaming, so there you go. Now, one thing sometimes, drinking whiskey sometimes makes my lips dry, because you know it's alcohol. So I usually keep a little lip balm with me, excuse me. There we go, okay, like putting on lipstick. Let me do this. Let me see. I'll show you a couple more of these. There's actually several. I've got several. There you go. I've got several of her drawings up here, and these drawings here are about well, they're almost a year old. So I got to put more up. I've got to put more of her drawings up. So yeah. Hey, I bought a new GTR. What do you think? It's a mouse. It's a 2016. Where is it? This guitar here, yeah, this one here, is a 1961 Epiphone Olympic. And if you have heard any of my recordings from the old days, that's the guitar that I used on it. It looks like a piece of junk. It's got a single pickup. Of course, it's been modified by me electronically to get some of those sounds. Yeah, that's the guitar, and it still has an outrageously good sound. It's a Gibson sound, and so it's got a broken E string on it right now. I need to change the strings, but it says live stream offline. How did that happen? We're getting some glitches here. Stream resumed. Interesting. Stream help. Let me check this out. Interesting. Nah, not really, Mark, but thanks. Maybe I should do this. Hold on. There you go. Stream is still on, okay. Okay, I'm gonna use my secondary. I'm not using my Wi-Fi box. I'm using the Wi-Fi system in here. And it does mess up sometimes because it's far away. It's far away from the source. From the source, though. That's one of Phoenix's drawings right there. So, yeah. All right. So we've got a little bit of Lefroy. Now, the only thing about this Lefroy that I forgot to mention to you is because it's so young. It's not a 10-year-old. It's not a 20-year-old or even a 15 or anything. They do adjust the color with caramel, and what they do is they don't write that in English on the bottle or on the can. They write it in Dutch, I think. Anyway, that's what it said. It's adjusted with caramel, but it's not chill filtered. So that's the one thing about it. It's a non-chill filtered whiskey. So, Mark, what do you think? Are you a Lefroy fan, or do you like Ardbeg, or what do you think? You know, Lagavulin, those smoky ones. What do you think of those? I sure would like to know. I know what's happening. What's happening is I am watching my YouTube replay on the same internet connection that I'm connecting on, and I'm running out of bandwidth. So, rarely drink whiskey? Okay. But you do like them. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. I would really like to do a tour of the Scottish breweries, my favorite ones. There's about 6 favorites that I'd like to go see. Some of them are Highland, you know, some of them are Islay, some of them are Speyside, but just depends. I like a variety of the Scotch whiskies from different places. Some of my favorites are the Highlands. I really like the Glendronach a lot, Highland whiskey. Although I haven't had anything from that distillery that's smoky. And Lefroy and Lagavulin are like within a couple of miles of each other in the same area. So on the small remote island in West Scotland, it says. So I am set up for Streamlabs OBS. I just haven't used it yet. And I know I owe you guys some stuff. I owe you a supplements stream where I talk about the different supplements that I take and why I take them and what they do. I just got 3 new ones today. I mentioned that at the very beginning of the broadcast when John Ho was here. And the fact is, I was waiting until after I got my follow-up with Dr. Sears and got the results of my tests. And now that I have the results of my tests, I can tell you that I'm actually in pretty darn good shape for 62. No blood sugar issues. My heart CoQ10 is good. I just have a little inflammation of the heart, which is caused by homocysteines. And practically these days, practically everybody has that. If you are inclined to take the homocysteines support supplement, it will help you a lot. It's inflammation, and inflammation is what causes cancer. We now know that. The other thing I have is an estrogen issue. So, nope, my liver functions fine. Believe it or not. I thought they were going to ask me if I was 007. I thought I was, that was going to be the joke of the day. I got 007's, liver. But nope, didn't say anything about it. I told her, I told Dr. Levitt that I probably drink too much, but I don't get drunk. I just, drink a couple of times a week. And when I do my fasts at the beginning of the week, I do an alcohol fast too. And so she said, oh, so you don't need alcohol? And I said, no, I don't need it. I just like it a lot. So I do like it a lot, but I don't need it, yeah. I have an interesting question. I'm wondering if, let me try this. I'm wondering if I can break out the chat box. Hi chat. Will this break out the chat? Yeah, pop out chat. Yeah, okay. So if I do this, okay. now I can just pop out the chat and I don't have to look at the stream. Okay, and I can talk to you guys. So, yeah, actually, I did not meet Dr. Sears. I was hoping I could meet Dr. Sears, and at the end of the day, I asked him, I asked the lady at the desk, and she said that Dr. Sears doesn't meet with patients. Boo-hoo. But I got him to sign a book for me, so there you go. Got him to sign a book. Yeah, boo-hoo was right, let me tell you. Hey, well, what we might have to do is we might have to get Westy and Lalier to let us know the next time he's there so we can meet him. Yeah, so we can just bump into him. Oh, fancy bumping into you. Oh, I didn't know you were going to be here. But yeah, so. But he did sign a book for me, you know, and it was the Healing Herbs of Paradise. He sent me that. I got the big copy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's like, the real book is like this big. It's a coffee table book. It's huge. And it's fantastic and super easy to read. And like the last quarter of the book is references. Because he makes different statements and claims and talks about studies and things in the text. And then they're all footnoted with references. So I can too. Because Lalier told me that Dr. Sears has been there 3 times to see them. So he may go again. Westy and I email, not frequently, but we email every month or so about some different things. I have questions for him, or I want to get him to send me something new or something that I need. And so yeah, I could easily ask him to let me know when Dr. Sears is going to be there next time, and I can just casually mention that if I'm in Bali, I'll drop by. So that'd be cool. Yeah. So this is interesting. This is Top Chat. Participants, let me see how many participants we got. Right now, we only have 2. Only 2 participants. Interesting. The Line group has 14 members. 14 members. I feel like I have disciples. I feel like a kung fu master or something. I should just sit here and go like this or something. You know what I mean? No, it's amazing, you guys. It's really astonishing that you guys are all available in the cult master. Just because you watch me and you're fans of mine, which I appreciate. It's hard for me to sometimes to wrap my head around. So it's not like I'm a 30-year-old handsome movie star guy. 62-year-olds. You follow a 62-year-old guy? I wouldn't want to say yeah. So you can lie about my age if you want to, but yeah. But the Line group actually has at least 2 people I know that I invited to the Line group that are not in the main group, in the Twitter group. And one of the persons that I did not invite to the Twitter group was Steve from Florida, because he was really bitter about the broadcast users group. If you guys remember that, anybody who was like a founding member of the broadcast users group, so it's a subject matter account. That's true. It is a subject matter account, exactly. And we talk about some cool stuff and have some interesting discussions. Yeah, I don't know. That's okay, and he's certainly entitled to his opinion, and he wasn't, insulting or anything like that. Like, I had somebody on Gab the other day make a comment to me about something, and he had to make some kind of personal cut about it, so I muted him. I hate people like that. I really despise people that make everything personal. Do you know what I'm saying? If you think that, then you're dumber than you look. Like those kind of comments, what I mean? There's no need for that. So yeah, try not to make things personal, unless they are, and they're not. And that's how I think. I think all these topics that people want to discuss, I don't think they're personal unless you make them personal. And I don't think there's any need to, you know, personally insult somebody over their religious beliefs or their political leanings or, you know, things like that. So that's what I think. Stephen is, okay, we're going to play Guess the Word. Stephen is, how to put it, yeah, okay. He's discerning. He's definitely discerning. I'll tell you one thing though, he's really polite in person, and it was a pleasure to meet him. He's quite a gentleman in person. I'm concerned about his health, but apparently you were saying that he's improving. Yeah, he is Periscope superfan, but Periscope's going to go away. You know, Twitter's getting rid of it. It's pretty obvious. They got rid of the need now to use the Periscope app to do Periscope producer. So, yeah, that's what I heard. Heard his words, so it's getting better. So that's good as long as you're going like this. You know, as long as you're going like that. So, excellent. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I just can't hitch my wagon to the Periscope train anymore because I don't know what's going to happen with it, you know, and it's just not. Yep, and what Dr. Sears calls garbage. Hey, Coco, how you doing? All right, good to see you. And yeah, carbohydrate garbage. Dr. Sears calls it garbage. Let me see if I can write that. That's a really good word. Garbage. Yeah, and that is yeah. Garbage is just, that's exactly what it is. And I've seen Steve eat dinner. Steve, we're not talking about you. I've seen Steve eat dinner on Periscope, and it's usually high carbohydrate stuff that it's not doing him any good. I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. And yeah, he certainly got time, you know. There you go. I enjoy cooking a lot. I enjoy cooking a great deal. My wife doesn't enjoy me cooking. She doesn't like me to use her kitchen. So I think my next house is going to have a mother-in-law kitchen, and I'm going to be using it. They have that here in Taiwan, you know. A lot of homes, a lot of Taiwanese homes have two kitchens, and they're usually on separate floors. Like there'll be a first floor and a second floor kitchen. Yeah, I understand. He's got to want to. Whatever the motivation is, it has to come from him. Yeah. They have mother-in-law kitchens here in Taiwan, just because people know the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law can't get along. So I'm going to get the mother-in-law kitchen. If I had my way, that's what I would have. You know, mother-in-law kitchen would be mine. With my own set of utensils, I don't have to go over to her side and borrow any, and she doesn't have to come to my side and borrow any of mine. So that would be ideal, I think. Yeah, this is really good. No, you can't. You can't. You know, the good thing is I'm seeing very little latency. When you guys are typing, I see it on the burned comments, you know, on the Streamlabs app, almost exactly the same time as it comes up on the web, which is nice. That's great. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with how the web replay works, excuse me, on the YouTube mobile app, the chat is always a pull up from the bottom. A lot of people are looking for pull downs from the top. This is a pull up from the bottom. There's the arrow, you know, that looks like the upside down V, right? And it says top chat. But what they mean by top chat means that it's filtered. anything that's supposed to be like a troll or profanity is not available, although you can choose an unfiltered chat if you want. Now, if you're holding your phone, let's just say this is your phone, it's my case. You're holding your phone, well, you know what? Let's use this because you can see it better. If you're holding your phone in portrait mode, and you've got the video at the top, okay, and you press the top chat up button, it'll open it up into an area on the bottom that gives you your chat. So it's a lot like Ustream, it's a lot like Broadcast used to be, it's a lot like YouTube, because it is. If you turn your phone landscape and you have the top chat button enabled, you turn your phone to landscape mode, and then you get an overlay over the video. The problem is I'm using Streamlabs to burn the comments on this side of the video. And so if you engage top chat and want to look in landscape mode, you're going to get a conflict between the two comments. It's going to look terrible. Now the good thing about the YouTube comments video is it's scrollable and it disappears, it fades away. The chat comes up and it fades. And if you tap the screen, you can get it again, which is fine. It's just that for me, I really want to use the burned comments. Yeah, it is for some people. Yeah, I would say most people it's easier to type in portrait mode. Yes, I would agree with that. The problem is that I like to burn the comments with Streamlabs. And the reason I like that is because I don't want people to have to look at different zones of the video to read it. You know what I'm saying? I want people to just keep their eye on the video and be able to just move their eye a little bit to the corner to see the stream rather than to go down to the bottom of the app, if you understand what I'm saying. It's just a matter of, I don't know, I think it's attention. Whenever you have to look at different places, you lose people's attention and people can miss things. And then they end up trying to rewind and so forth. And it is easy to rewind with the tap system, you know, the 10 seconds on YouTube on the replay. But I found out something the other day. I was streaming from the Kaohsiung boat show, and the video jumped a couple times because the signal was a little bit spotty inside the building because there's, you know, 4,000 people there with Facebook on in their pocket. The chat didn't keep up. The YouTube chat did not keep up. The YouTube chat did not even activate because it looks like an edited video. Now there's another point that I want to make. It's as a side note. If you go back and you edit your live stream on the website, your comments won't work anymore because they'll be out of sync. They said that if you edit your video, the comments don't work. Now the Streamlabs comments were there. And so I'm going to continue to use the Streamlabs system to burn my comments to my video stream until for some reason it makes sense for me not to do it. The only thing that I'm losing is the new location, what do you want to call it, tag, I guess. Because if you look at the YouTube native app, I find it okay too, and I really like the way it looks. It looks nice. If you look at the YouTube native app, you have an opportunity to put a title in. And by the way, the title is very limited in length on the YouTube native app, but on the Streamlabs, it's a lot longer. But down underneath, you have the option of putting a location. You can either type it in yourself, or you can search for something because it'll use the GPS and find out like the county that you're in or the city that you're in, that kind of stuff. So the only thing that you lose really by using the third-party apps, in my opinion, is the ability to enter the location. I don't really care. So anyway, I haven't seen you guys in so long. I wanted to come on and do a stream. Now I'm done with the Lefroy. That's it for tonight. No more tonight, so. And we're out of alcohol. That's right. We're out of alcohol. We're out of time. That's okay. I wanted to talk to you guys because it's been so long since I've been on. And I don't want you to think I don't love you and all this stuff, you know, because it's not possible. But yeah, I just have been not very motivated lately for some reason. I've been busy with some other things. And also, you know, I got sick and it was hard for me to get back into the routine. The other thing too is down at Win-Win's, a lot of times at Win-Win's, I know it's a famous, iconic place, you know, so get the last drop. You better believe it, man. I'm not leaving that to what they call it in the business. They call it the angel share, right? The evaporation. Sometimes down at Win-Win's, I know it's an iconic place. It's very famous, and a lot of people have been there. Now, when I make an appointment with Win-Win, if I tell her that a bunch of people are coming, reserve us a table, it's different. But when I go down there, oh yeah, you got to do that. You definitely got to do that. When I go down there, a lot of times it's too noisy, or there's something going on, or there's gambling going on, a lot of people walking in and out. You know, I prefer T's place, but T's place isn't so iconic. I mean, it's just a karaoke room. You know what I mean? So, you mean at Win-Win's? I haven't been down to Win-Win's to check for a while. So when did you send it? I will go back. I can check with her tomorrow. I can see, but no, I had no idea. And you sent it from Indonesia, right? I mean, from Medan or from Bali. So 2 months ago. I don't specifically remember it. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting, Mark. I don't specifically remember seeing your card, so I will go back and check with her. I'll check with her tomorrow. I'll see her tomorrow. That's interesting, Mark. Well, Henry has a super fat pipe. He's got that, you know, 200 gigabytes a second thing going on. They got in Sweden. You know, we should all move to Sweden for live streaming. For crying out loud, sometimes I feel like I got 2 tin cans and a string. You know what I mean? I'm trying to talk to you guys and like, yeah. Oh, Henny. Oh, Henny. I'm sorry. Okay, so. Okay. You did misspell it. There you go. I was checking back over here to make sure that I was like, did I read that wrong? So okay. So yeah, Henny. Yeah. Yeah, Henny is Shirley. So yeah. 4.5G. Yeah, there you go. See, 6 months ago that wasn't available. Yeah, that's why. That's why. 6 months ago, it just... They're advertising 4.5G here in Taiwan. I expect in the next 9 months we'll have our first 5G. So, right. They made a push. But for the longest time, you guys had the worst. I mean, the worst telecom system. Your internet was so slow. You guys had the tin cans with the string, let me tell you. By the way, I did that for Phoenix. I made a string telephone with 2 Dixie cups. She's fascinated by that thing. I just got to get her to hold it tight. She'll put it to her ear and then she'll put it to her mouth and move forward and the string droops and it doesn't work. So when I was there, it was pretty cheap. In Bali, it wasn't bad. I had to recharge my card though, but I used it when I didn't use the hotel internet. When I was in Bali at my hotel where I was streaming, you know, when I was showing you guys the Bali night and stuff, and I had Phoenix with me that night on YouTube, I was using the Wi-Fi box. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think I had quite that good of a deal, but so, yeah, I didn't use mine for phone calls at all. I have a voice over IP system, so when people call me on my voice over IP system, it just uses Wi-Fi, you know, to my phone. So, and I've got an app on my phone that works, you know, wherever I'm at, and there's international. I've got you know, Wi-Fi I can connect to and receive international calls on my voice over IP system. I've had it for over 10 years. And it's by 8x8 company, 8x8.com. And they're really good. They used to be called Packet 8. And I've been a customer of theirs for over 10 years. So interesting to see. You can put your live stream from YouTube, but that's pretty good, Mark. That's pretty good. I pay about $30 US for unlimited. Yes, that's right. YouTube makes you log in to chat, which I think is a good thing. Because if you had all kinds of anonymous chat, I mean, you couldn't even have a conversation, so yeah. Mm-hmm. You mean on the online, the app? Oh, okay. I think I'm not sure what you mean. You mean you have to log into Line? Oh, wait a minute. No, because Eric was testing on YouTube. You mean when Eric was testing? Oh, I see. Okay, well, you wouldn't be the first one to do that. And let me tell you, with all these apps going on, you got to press the multi-app, slider and go down, go to the next one. It's like, oh man, yeah. I know what you're saying. Why hasn't he answered me? Oh, yeah, wrong app. Chat should be on YouTube. Exactly. You would not be the first person, and definitely not the last person to do that. Let me tell you. Oh boy. That's okay, no problem. So tomorrow night I got a couple friends coming over. We're going to do some taste testing of the Lafroig and also the Glenfarclas, which they've tried, the Glenfarclas 105, which is a 60% alcohol, cask strength. But they had it last time they were here and they liked it a lot. We're going to have some more of that. And we're going to go down to the local Thai place. Oh, I see. That's funny. Yeah, he was, it was pretty dark. Yeah, that's an interesting function online. And, if I wanted to stream something just to you guys, just privately to you guys, which I'm sure something's going to come up that I'm going to want to do. We can stream it right to that group, or we can have a roundtable discussion. It's almost like Meerkat's house party. Meerkat morphed into house party, and house party allows you to have 4 different people on at once. What we need to do is we need to make an arrangement online in the group where a lot of people can be present to join us just to see what the limit is. I want to see, we had 4 on the other day. I want to know if the limit's 8 or if it's 10 or if there is a limit. That's what I want to know, because right now we have 14 people participating in the group. So yeah. I know it is. It is interesting. It's because mostly I don't have a job. So during the day I can be available to you guys on the other side of the world. But yeah. No, it is. It is interesting. And but of course, the which is about to change, by the way. The offline message capability is very convenient, because that's the one thing that all these internet apps have enabled us to do is to take the content when it's convenient for us. So I've never actually used Zoom, so I'll have to check it out. Let's see what it is. If you think Zoom is better, maybe we can use that. We're still looking for an alternative, for Twitter. But I think by now it's pretty clear that not everybody wants to go to Line, and not everybody wants to use Telegram. It's you know, we all kind of met on Periscope and Twitter, so that's why, obviously. So no, I hear you, Mark. I hear you. You gonna make it to Taiwan in April? You'll have to come on with me, and you'll have to show the finger. We'll have a little finger humor, you know, one of those. Yeah. Gotta laugh about something, man. Oh man, what a tragedy though. And looking at the guitar back here, you know, I'm thinking, holy cow. The one you lost is the only one I think I could afford to be without, with finger picking and stuff. Wouldn't want to lose any on this hand. To flip the guitar around and restring it and learn how to play this way. That would be a trip. But seriously, I showed that to Phoenix one time, you know, the old missing the thumb, right? Totally bought it. Totally bought it. And I go, oh, it's wiggling, it's wiggling, it's wiggling. You know, it's really funny. She likes stuff like that. The other one the kids like is when you snap your nose. They love that. Of course, it's a fingernail on a tooth. But the first time somebody does it, you're like, ugh. Cringeworthy, let me tell you. That's a cringer and a half right there. Wow. Definitely so. All right, you guys. I think we sunk to the lowest depths of depravity here. So let me say goodnight. And thanks for joining. And I won't be on tomorrow night, but I think I can make it on Sunday night. And I'll come up with some more topics, because it's been a while since we talked about what's been going on with Bigfoot. And there's been some developments. Some of the developments, you know, in Colorado in particular, some new structures have been built that are really, really interesting, that there's no other explanation for it except that it's coming from Bigfoot. So you guys take care, and we'll see you. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Okay? Have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.